We've done cars before. Let's do bikes now. Keanu Reeves, the man we know as John Wick from his hit series and also as Neo from The Matrix, has probably one of the craziest collections of motorcycles you've ever seen, owning not one, but at least 10 different super fancy bikes. In today's video, let's explore Keanu Reeves's bike collection and see just how much he loves his two-wheelers. Trust me, we saved the best for last. 2004 Ducati 998 Matrix. Let's start with his 2004 Ducati 998 Matrix. If you're a huge fan of bikes and Keanu's The Matrix movies, then you'd love this bike. It was inspired by the one Trinity rides in that high-speed chase scene in the movie The Matrix Reloaded. Yeah, the super sleek dark green demon motorcycle. The Ducati 998 is powered by a 998cc L-twin engine that delivers around 123 horsepower and 72 pounds of torque. Small, but enough to get it close to 170 miles per hour. To change gears, it uses a 6-speed transmission which smoothens the ride all the way. Even better is the Ducati's design. It has Marcassini alloy wheels, Brembo gold brake calipers, and an Erlens rear suspension. Trust me, these aren't just for looks. They also give way better control and handling. And the green paint it got with Matrix Reloaded graphics? Nah, that's just some crazy pair of wheels. Only about 150 of these bikes were ever made, so if you ever see one, you should know how lucky you are. These bikes go for around $20,000 depending on the condition. If it ever goes on auction though, well, you could spend more than twice this. Oh, and if you're unsure about how durable it is, Ducati bikes are known for being pretty solid with regular maintenance. They ride way longer than 4 years. Let's talk about Keanu's Norton Commando. 1973, Norton Commando 850 MK2A. In 1987, Keanu Reeves added a 1973 Norton Commando 850 MK2A to his growing bike collection. This classic British beauty on wheels came with an 828cc air-cooled parallel twin engine, efficiently pumping out 58 horsepower and reaching a top speed of about 115 miles per hour. The numbers aren't just the only wonders of the book. It used a 4-speed manual gearbox and had a gorgeous black and silver color scheme, with super shiny chrome upswept exhaust pipes. Oh, and one of its most unique feats is the isolastic frame that reduces engine vibrations. It was like a kill switch for engine noise. It's quite interesting that Keanu's love for Norton motorcycles started when he was really young. We're talking 7, 8, or probably 9. He loved how every bike they produced had that new wave of design, like opening a gift box over and over and getting something new and different. His love for the 850 MK2A grew even deeper after he rode it on a 300-mile trip from Toronto to Florida. And it was no ordinary trip. The Matrix Lord Keanu was on a real-life mission to convince his friend and co-star, River Phoenix, to join him on the 1991 film, My Own Private Idaho. Anyway, the Norton Commando 850 MK2A has actually been known to be a really tough bike. Treated with as much care as an egg, the bike could easily clock over 50,000 miles. In the old days, you could buy one for about $2,000, but now they're collector's items, a motorcycle antique. Well, now we see why Keanu never sold his. 2019 Arch KR GT1. Now, in 2019, Keanu Reeves introduced his own bike, the Arch KR GT1. Designed and built by hand in California, the KR GT1 is often thought to be the Rolex of the bike world. And believe it or not, it's really easy to see why. Everything, from the brakes and tire structures to the engine, was made with so much precision and attention. Let's get talking. The KR GT1 has a 124 cubic inch 2032cc S&S 45-degree V-twin engine. Pretty specific details, yeah? Well, that's not all. Paired with a 6-speed transmission, it boasts a power output of about 93.5 horsepower and a 115.3 pounds of torque. No, that's not all. The frame itself is almost like Michelangelo's art, being made from a mix of billet and tubular steel, with a CNC machined aluminum sub-chassis that not only strengthens it but also makes it super light. Carbon fiber was probably just starting to gain ground around this time. Now each KR GT1 bike is made to order, which means you can have them personalize it any way you want. Seat positioning, brake abilities, frame design and color, you name it. But this level of customization comes with a price. Models of the KR GT1 start around $78,000 today. It might sound like too much, but come on, it's worth the offer of quite literally creating your dream bike. Meanwhile, the design of Keanu's KR GT1 was taken from one of his other bikes, the Harley-Davidson Dino Wide Glide. Harley-Davidson Dino Wide Glide. The Harley-Davidson Dino Wide Glide, unveiled in 1993, really caught the eyes of many American cruisers, including Keanu. It had that low-slung profile with a chopper-style build that just vibed easy with the road. His 2005 model ran on a 1450cc twin-cam 88 engine, pumping out 65 horsepower and 84 pounds of torque. What's even cooler is that the engine is rubber-mounted to the frame, so it was well-cushioned and didn't make disturbing noises. This bike also has classic Harley touches, including the chrome exhaust with dual mufflers that echoed what we call Harley's growl. Plus, the low seat height really adds to the whole cruiser experience. Now, if you want to pick one up, the Dino Wide Glide is sold for anywhere from $55,000 to $112,000, $55,000, $112,000, depending on the model and year. Considering its fanciness and durability, I think it's really worth the price. Also, if you're a lover of the Dino series, you should also know about Harley's Super Glide, Street Bob, and Fat Bob. 1974 BMW R75-6. Then there's Keanu's 1974 BMW R75-6. The R75-6 comes with a 745cc air-cooled 4-stroke twin-cylinder boxer engine that produces a decent 50 horsepower and 44 pounds of torque. Plus, with its 5-speed gearbox and shaft drive, it rides as smooth as a newborn baby. Top of the list on the R75-6 is practicality. The upright seating position and dual seats make it really comfy. For braking, it has a single disc at the front and a drum brake at the back. With a top speed of 109 miles an hour and a 4.76-gallon fuel tank, it's the perfect two-wheeler. While the exact details of Keanu's particular bike, like its color or any unique upgrades, aren't widely discussed, the bike is priced at around $8,200 today. For a machine that's nearly half a century old, that's a really loud price. Well, anything for a stylish, all-in-one relic of a bike. Kawasaki Ninja ZX10R. Keanu Reeves also has a Kawasaki Ninja ZX10R bike in his collection, a bike built to be as sporty as any bike could be. To start with, it has a 998cc liquid-cooled inline 4-cylinder engine, delivering around 200 horsepower and 84.6 lb-ft of torque. Even more impressive is its 6-speed transmission and advanced electronics, which provide much better control and sharper handling than many previous Kawasaki bikes. Many bikes, in fact. Compared to other big names in the sport bike world, like the Yamaha YZF-R1 or the Honda CBR1000RR, the ZX10R holds a beautiful spot of its own for its reliability. Cared for properly, the bike isn't going to turn into a fuel eater even in years to come, and it remains almost eternally reliable. Trust me, 5 years is nothing for this bike. Kawasaki sells this model in several colors, including the iconic lime green and black Kawasaki Racing Team Edition, the type Keanu rides. Today, a brand new Ninja ZX10R hits the market with a price tag of about $17,799, though customizations can easily bump the price a little higher. Kawasaki KZ900. Keanu Reeves' bike collection also included a Kawasaki KZ900, the beautiful engine of 1976, which was a follow-up to the legendary 1973 Z1. At its core, the KZ900 runs on a 903cc air-cooled inline 4-cylinder engine that delivers 81 horsepower at 8,500 revs per minute and 52.8 pounds of torque at a slightly lesser RPM. With its 5-speed gearbox, the KZ900 is just the perfect bike for cruising at a relaxed pace. No need to rush, pal. Keanu bought his while he was working in Chicago, hoping it would be a good means of transport for him, and truly, it was. On colors, the model originally came in gorgeous shades like diamond dark green and diamond brown that added a whole lot to its vintage appeal. For a bike durable enough to withstand crashes and still continue functioning, the KZ900 should be worth a fortune, right? Well, a well-maintained KZ900 can go for around $10,000 with the price depending on its condition and how original it is. 1984 Harley-Davidson Shovelhead. Keanu Reeves also has a 1984 Harley-Davidson Shovelhead, an antique bike from the late 20th century. Let's go into details. The Shovelhead engine, which operated from 1966 to 1984, gets its name from those rocker covers that look like upside-down shovels. It is an air-cooled V-twin with a 337cc displacement, helping it provide about 60 horsepower and 62 pounds of torque. It comes with a 4-speed transmission. And its sound? Heavenly. Keanu got this beautiful two-wheeler during a winter trip to Pennsylvania. One can't quite say if he was drawn to its old-school vibe or the way it provided the sweetness of 1980s motorcycle culture. The Shovelhead is pretty simple and durable, with a cruiser appearance that just hits the right spot when it comes to being a gorgeous bike. Unfortunately, though, it wasn't 100% perfect. The engine needed a bit more maintenance than modern bikes, and some owners even complained that it wasn't just a fuel eater. It burned a little oil every time. Would you still want to pay $8,000 for this bike? Let us know in the comments section. Suzuki GS1100E. Next up is Keanu's Suzuki GS1100E, which he bought in Portland, Oregon. This bike was introduced in the early 1980s and runs on a 1074cc air-cooled DOHC 16-valve inline 4-cylinder engine. With this, it could push out a combo of roughly 100 horsepower and 62.9 pounds of torque. It comes with a 5-speed gearbox that gives riders the perfect blend of power and control that is actually really exciting. Besides its engine numbers, the GS1100E has some clever engineering in it. Its twin swirl combustion chamber, or TSCC technology, boosts its power and improves its fuel efficiency. For design, the bike has a comfortable seating position and also has really easy controls. The model often came in striking shades like pearl white or candy maroon, though customization was also allowed. Today, a well-kept GS1100E sells for around $4,000 to $6,000, $4,000, $6,000, though this depends on how original and clean it is. Considering its reputation for being tough and long-lasting, maintenance may be a bit significant on the wallet. Still, it could easily pass as an excellent pair of wheels. Finally, let's talk about his El Diablo. El Diablo West Coast Chopper. Keanu Reeves' El Diablo, a super cool masterpiece from West Coast Choppers, is just the perfect show of how much he loves bikes. This custom chopper is driven by a massive 2032cc S&S V-twin engine that seamlessly produces around 140 horsepower and rides on a 6-speed gearbox. And trust me, that's not all. The El Diablo really made waves with its design. It is painted in a deep, glossy black with a custom-made gas tank and the West Coast Chopper's famous signature Iron Cross intake cover. The details make it even more special, specifically the chrome wheels engraved with bullet designs and Brembo brake calipers for really efficient stopping power. Keanu's connection to this bike runs deeper than just a mere purchase. He said that while growing up in Toronto, he was amazed by motorcycle gangs that ran the streets and who had what he, Keanu, described as some kind of pirate vibe. Yep, Keanu always wanted that same old vibe, and he definitely got it. As for its money value, with all those high-end components and custom touches, the El Diablo is estimated to be somewhere over $100,000, making it the most expensive bike in Keanu's collection. If you like this, give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button so we can update you on all our upcoming content. Also, comment what celebrity car collection you want us to do next. We'll see you in the next one.